Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Touchline Facts. First and foremost, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. And today we're going to be discussing my thoughts and what I think about the new stadium that has been announced. That's the plans for the new stadium, the 100,000 seated stadium, the biggest stadium it will be in England. It will be one of the biggest stadiums in Europe. Sir Jim, Man United, Omar Barada, they all announced it yesterday. I didn't do a video yesterday, but they announced it yesterday. Their plan to further the improvement of the stadium and what they want to do with it and how they're going to do with the local area and the lies that people say, oh, they're getting the taxpayers' money and all this shit, which is a load of waffle. And who's going to fund it? Well, I'll tell you exactly who's going to fund it. It's going to be Sir Jim, isn't it? Let's just get straight into it. What I think of this new stadium, I think it has to be done. I think you look at look at a house, for example. Your house has not been renovated in years. You've not preserved it. You've not maintained it. You're not there's mold all over the walls. The bricks are falling apart. The painting's coming off. The plastering over the walls is that coming off. The windows are all fucked. Do you know what I'm saying? You're probably better off just either smashing the house down completely and starting again. That's what you're probably better off. If everything's fucked, you're probably better off doing that. Do you know what I'm saying? Getting rid of all the bricks and just smash it down and starting again. Do you know what I mean? If it's all rotting away, that's what we have to do. This stadium has been rotting away. It's got rats on the pitch, which, you could say, that's an easier problem to solve, maybe. And I do actually think there is probably an easier problem. I do think the rats on the pitch are being, I think personally, my personal opinion, I think the rats have been allowed on the pitch so they can use it for PR against the stadium. Look, there's rats on the pitch. We need to get a new stadium. That's what I personally think. But that's for another day. That's a conversation for another day. However, yeah, you look at, for me, I look at the stadium and the way it is, the way it's rotting away, the way the roof's leaking. People don't even like going to Old Trafford. The area is a bit, it's just getting a bit dusty. I know it's a great state. It does look unbelievable on the outside. Let's have it right. Old Trafford does look unbelievable on the outside, but yeah, it does need replacing. Let's have it right. It does need. I don't know about knocking it down. I don't think that. By the way, they're not going to knock it fully down no matter what, because we have a memorial for the plane crash. So they're not going to knock that down at all. They're not going to knock down that. But it does. We do need a new stadium. And people that sit there and go, first of all, I agree with Ethan on Twitter. I agree with him, because if you've never been to Old Trafford, you really shouldn't have a say in this, to be honest with you. You shouldn't. But then again, I also agree the same way that all these top reds that are sitting there saying, "Oh, we can't move stadium." It's not that they don't want the club to progress. It's just they're not using logic. Do you know what I'm saying? They're just too emotionally attached. Do you know what I mean? They're like, "Oh, we don't want a new stadium. If it was up to them, they wouldn't have extended Old Trafford from 50 years ago. Old Trafford would still be a 30,000 seater stadium. Do you know what I'm saying? It would. Let's have it right. It'd still be a 30,000 seats, and there'd still be K-stand there. K-stand would still be a thing in Old Trafford. Do you know what I mean? Because these lot don't care. They just want it for themselves. They don't want tourists. They don't want money. They don't want the club to actually, because the club has to progress. And the club needs more. It needs more people in the stadium. Moving on to who's going to fund it. Well, there's a little lie going around that's been going around for a bit that the taxpayer is going to fund it, but that's not actually strictly true. The taxpayer, what Sir Jim was asking for the government to do was to pay for things for the local areas. For example, you go to Wembley. Yeah, I went to Wembley myself. Yeah, for the Community Shield game. And you walk down 5 minutes down the road and there's like a massive shopping centre there that's got Frankie and Benny's, Nando's, probably got pizza, probably got like 7 or 8, 10 restaurants. It's got a shopping centre. That's what probably will be there. We've already seen that at Trafford Centre. And you go to Trafford Centre and it's all that stuff. There'll probably be one outside Old Trafford. There'll probably be a nice shopping centre. JD, Nike, have a few restaurants and things like that, which would be better for the area. But that's what the taxpayer is supposed to be paying for. You know what I'm saying? A bit like how Wembley is. This is going to be the Wembley of the North. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what Sir Jim wants. That's his dream. That's his idea. That's his plan. So that myth shut away. And for people saying that Sir Jim can't afford it, well, he fucking can. And I tell you how he will afford it as well. It'll do exactly what Barca have done. One of my cameras going out of focus. Exactly what Barca have done. And before people cry, "Oh, what do you mean? Why are we going to sell the naming right to the stadium?" It probably will be called Snapdragon New Trafford or Adidas New Trafford. Bit like how Barca had to change their thing. Listen, we're not in any position to choose here, by the way. We're not in any position to choose here. We're £1 billion in debt. Yeah, yes, of course. We could have gone bust by 2025, which is crazy to me. That the fact that actually is true. We could have gone bust by 2025. We almost ran into full like overload. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and these lot think, "Oh no, No, we don't want it to be called that. We want it to be called Old Trafford. We want to stay at Old Trafford. No, we can't do that anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? The Glazers are left it to rot. It's a sad story. Blame the Premier League for letting it happen. Do you know what I'm saying? Blame the Premier League. It's a sad state of affairs, but it's happening. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, as I was saying, with regards to that, you know, we're not in any position to choose, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? We're not in any position to choose whether we like whether we want the stadium to be called Snapdragon New Trafford to get the extra 50-60 million a year. I mean, the Arsenal's called the Emirates. It's not like it's an unusual thing. Arsenal's called the Emirates. City's called the Etihad. Barca's is called Spotify Camp Nou, but they still all call it. Barca still call it the new camp. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, very rarely. How many elite clubs in Europe that are actually financially good, apart from Real Madrid? I mean, maybe PSG. About it. And it's Bayern. I'm right in saying Bayern is also sponsored because Allianz. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. Allianz. You know, that is a brand. Allianz is a brand. Though. It's a car brand. No. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not like some unusual thing that we're doing. We're just I guess we're just doing what we have to do. We have to get that 50-60 million a year. That will fund it. But I also think Sir Jim's just going to pay for it. Do you know what I'm saying? And I back it, man. I back it. Of course, we all love Old Trafford. Of course, we love the memories there. It's been our stadium for 115 years. It's the greatest stadium in England, but it's rotting away now. It's got the most history in any stadium in England. Oh, Anfield. Oh, yeah. Our stadium wasn't our stadium bombed in the war and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? We won a treble, you know, and things like that. After we won a Champions League, after we know the plane crash, got the memorial there. I know they got the memorial for '97, but you get that was that was fans. You know, I'm talking about the players. We lost our players, our team. Within 10 years, we rebuilt it. Won Ballon d'Ors. It's the most historic stadium, arguably in the world. You know what I'm saying? That and the Bernabeu is arguably the most historic stadium in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? The history behind Old Trafford. You know, I'm not against anyone saying Anfield, but I think it's one of the most historic stadiums in the world. Yeah, you know, and it's a sad state of affairs that we can't just renovate it. My camera is so jarring because it just keeps going out of focus. Yeah. But ultimately, Sir Jim's right on this one. Sir Jim is right on this one. They're right on this one. They just need to sort out on the pitch first. That's the main thing. Get the pitch sorted and then you can go and do a thing. But anyways, I'm out, lads. That's my thoughts and feelings on the stadium. Hope you enjoy. Bosh.